Hi everyone. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the symptoms that were ignored because they're very easily ignored for about a year leading up to the diagnosis. I'd like to start off by saying pancreatic cancer is, especially for the type that I have, is very difficult to detect. The pancreas itself is shaped something like this. It has a head and a tail. And if the tumor is on the tail, it usually exhibits no symptoms until in one of the later stages. When it's in the head, it could result in jaundice, which, if you turn yellow, people usually notice. And if it's in the middle, also fewer symptoms, but in general, really hard to detect. Even if scans are done, because the pancreas is so small and tucked in behind other organs, even if they do a scan, it's still pretty difficult to detect. But just wanted to talk about some of the physical symptoms leading up to the diagnosis that could have indicated something. So, one was that there was a lack of sleep. For some reason, my sleep schedule started getting messed up, and I was just waking up really early in the morning. And it might have been stress from work, I'm not sure, but that led to fatigue. Now, the tumors can cause fatigue on its own, even without a disrupted sleep schedule. But there were times where I was coming home and really almost immediately kind of exhausted, lying on the ground type of fatigue. I, kind of wrote it off to, stress at work, new job, more responsibility, and, ignored it. Then I started experiencing back pain from like I would wake up with back pain. And I was just like, okay, well, maybe I slept funny. And started getting treatment at the hospital using, ultrasound or whatever to try to make it better. But it was recurring, it didn't go away. And then it moved one day to my shoulder, which hurt really bad. I was like, man, I must have slept funny again. And went back to the hospital and did more physiotherapy to try to make it go away also. And again, wrote it off to getting older, sleeping funny, stress at work, those types of things. Um, there's also other symptoms that can pop up, like unexplained weight loss. Honestly, if I experienced unexplained weight loss, which I didn't, I probably would have appreciated it because I'm a little bit overweight. So that's another one that's pretty easy to write off. And other ones that are common or less common might be dark urine or light colored stools or loss of appetite, which I didn't have at all. So you can see how the symptoms individually, like the fatigue, back pain, recurring back pain, and shoulder pain, are very easy to write off. It wasn't until I felt pain in my abdomen when the cancer had spread to the liver and the liver had expanded that I went to go see a doctor. And I didn't go see the doctor until I actually hurt myself physically, falling off of a surfboard at an annual party type of thing. And that's the thing that prompted me to go see the doctor. But I still waited 2 weeks because I was like, okay, I'm just bloated. But yeah, I think you know, uh, me personally, I am not one to see a doctor unless something's broken, something's really bad, which is not a good, way. It's not a good habit. I think I've even joked about in the past that if I am really sick, I would like if I was really sick with something, I would probably not make it because I'd be the last one to go see a doctor. But serendipitously, I hurt myself and had to go see the doctor, and it worked out. I'm young enough and able to tolerate treatments well enough to where it's actually beneficial to be a little bit overweight and a little bit younger to be able to fight the cancer more effectively. So just wanted to share some of the symptoms that I saw, and if you see them, one or two or three of them in combination, definitely go see a doctor. It doesn't hurt, and if you don't, the downside's a lot more painful than the upside. So if you can catch it early, you can do more, right? But yeah, pancreatic cancer is probably like one of those silent killers. It's probably not the highest in terms of frequency of people getting it, but in terms of death rate, it's definitely one of the top, just because it exhibits very few symptoms. So just wanted to share what my experience was leading up to the diagnosis, so hopefully others can learn from the combination of symptoms that I had. So yeah, but I'm still fighting hard every day, and thanks everybody for the comments and words of encouragement, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.